Today's episode is on professional development. And what a better time to do a professional development episode than when I'm on a professional development trip. Okay? It's like, it makes no sense how clear and obvious this was sent from the big man. So what's up, y'all, and welcome back to the Right Number Podcast. I'm the host, Armani LaDale, and here we talk about everything self-analyzing, reflecting, or correcting. And correcting. It's not an option. We have to correct. But yeah, I just want to thank you all for tuning into another episode. Welcome if you are new. Drop your mental health checks below. So the first thing we like to do here is mental health checks. So while I'm telling y'all my mental health check, type y'all's in. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you doing? On a scale of 1 to 10, for me, I'm a 10. I'm feeling really good, not gonna lie. If as y'all can see, I'm in a hotel room. Where am I at? Where are we? If you tuned in on YouTube, you definitely see this is a new scenery. I am currently in New Orleans, and I'm here at a conference for my job. This is actually my second time being here, and I'm very blessed and highly favored to be able to come here for a second time for business. The first time I was here with an organization I just currently joined, and now I'm here with my job, and we're just here trying to be better leaders, better advisors, have like a bunch of different workshops to help us advise and guide and mentor and counsel our students that we see on a day-to-day basis. So that is what I'm here learning. I got a journal full of notes, and I'm ready to implement it the second I touch down in Georgia, because boy, y'all know me, I love some organization. I love learning, so I'm really excited about this conference. It was really good. I met some amazing people. I've been out and about, running around. Yeah, I didn't went to the casino. I ain't spend no money though, because I'm on a strict budget. We still sticking to the budget. Ain't nothing changed. We still sticking to the budget, but yeah, I just went around. It's my first time actually inside a casino, so yeah, I'm having a good little time. It's been busy, but it's not like last time I came. It was more party fun, but this time it's fun as far as just like meeting people, intentional conversations, learning and growing, and just learning new techniques. It feels really good to be able to learn, and we're going to get into that today actually. And I'm very excited that we are actually in a new city, in a new state, and we're doing this episode because this is just how I know this is meant to be. But before we get into the recent reflections, I got to pray. So let's go ahead and pray, and then we'll jump right into our recent reflections. All right, dear Heavenly Father, I just want to thank you for another day on this earth to do your will, to show people the light of you through me, Lord. Please give me the patience and control my tongue so that I don't rush through this message today, that I don't rush through these words that I really truly believe you put on my heart, Lord. Please allow me to convey everything that is intended in this message today. Do not let me leave any bit of you out of this message today, Lord. Please. And I want to thank you so much for even giving me this platform to do what I love. Thank you for getting me here safely, and I pray over the safety over the passengers and myself as we fly home tomorrow. Lord, just continue to bless us, and we will continue to show your glory, Lord. Thank you. Amen. All right. So we are in part 3. Uno, dos, tres of the Young and Professional, y'all. Today's episode is on professional development. And what a better time to do a professional development episode than when I'm on a professional development trip. Okay? It's like, it makes no sense how clear and obvious this was sent from the big man. So but anyway, so before we get into today's topic and everything like that, we're gonna go and reflect on last week. So last week we were talking about workplace stress and relationship struggles as far as your peers, your coworkers, yourself. And then we also got into some of my dad's great advice, and we have some more of Padre's great advice coming up. So like I said, we are on professional development. And before we get into just how we can professionally grow, I want to go ahead and define for you what professional development is. So to sum it up, and what's a really easy definition of grasp for professional development is just basically continuing your education and career training after you've entered the workforce. And I don't want to just say the workforce. It could be after you been in the organization you're in at school, or after you've just became in college, or after you just enrolled in college, or after whatever big thing you're continuing your education. So on that specific thing, or to better you as a professional. I feel like it's kind of self-explanatory, but yeah, that's what it is. And some things that will help you do this will be doing different workshops, going to conferences, and just getting like certificates. So you can do like the workshops I've been to, it's either been in person or virtual. So I've gotten a mental health first aider certificate. I've gotten a place your ACE trauma response certificate. I've gotten a suicide prevention coach certificate. I also have 2 CEUs. Attending these conferences, what they help you do, it helps you with career advancement, and it also was really good to put on your resume. So whether you're applying for a new position, a new job, a job for schools, a master's program, different organizations, these are amazing things to have on your resume so they can see your dedication. So for me, as y'all know, I'm big on mental health. So a lot of my certifications and a lot of my trainings and everything I do is kind of geared around mental health. But if I'm into graphic design, there's graphic design webinars, graphic design workshops that I could attend, or something like that. So just finding what you are interested in and expanding your knowledge on it on purpose, not just, oh, I went to school and all this other stuff. And that's good too. Like, that's going to take you a long way as well. But just having that extra dedicated work outside of school shows your true passion, and that'll help people want to employ you. That'll help it just give you kind of a diverse, it kind of brings diversity to your resume, and it also helps you professionally. It helps you do your job better. It makes you stand out in your department. So do that. You can find a lot of these different opportunities in your job. Just ask around. You can find these in the organizations you are currently in. You can find out from your peers. Just if you see one of your friends, one of your classmates, somebody just on campus, you just seen her on Instagram, but you found and ran into her in person, like, yo, you do a lot of stuff like this. I'm interested. How do you get to this point? Ask them. And also, I would say Eventbrite. Eventbrite is very, very, very beneficial. Now, all my college girlies and boys, I know Eventbrite is used for parties. It's not only used for parties. So Eventbrite has some really, really good events. They have some major conferences on there. They have like women workshops, men's mental health workshops. They have couples sessions. They have how-to sessions, whatever you could think of around your area. Just put in your little zip code or the range you can travel to, and they have a lot of stuff on Eventbrite. Don't tell me or tell nobody I ain't helped y'all. Eventbrite. But yeah, the moral of that is just network. You have to be able to talk to people and express your interest. If you are too busy, closed up, and just want to keep your interest to yourself, and I don't want to tell everybody what I want to do, and I don't want to, if you're on that, you're probably not going to do what you want to do because you're too scared to put yourself out there and get the help that you need, get the guidance to where you want to go. So let's kind of break out of that shell and try to voice and vocalize our hopes and aspirations to the people that matter. If you have a job, if you have a professor that is somewhere doing something you want to do, you never know who somebody knows. Say you're trying to do like sports broadcast or something. You never know who I know. And you sharing your interest in me might put me in a position where I can put you in a room with somebody that does that. So if you're not trying to express what you want to do because of whatever flawed reason, you may be the one holding yourself back from whatever. Now, if for whatever reason you can't attend these virtual or in-person conferences, workshops, or what have you, if you cannot do that, use what you have. Again, what do you have? Who do you have? You have your boss, your supervisor, you have your peers, you have your mentors, you have your therapists. Whoever you have in your life that is doing a little better than you, ask for help. Like I said, you never know who somebody knows. So that emphasis on networking is like I'm not gonna let up, because you have to network, you have to talk, okay? Build intentional relationships. And I don't know, I just feel like utilize the people around you, utilize your village. If you just sit there and want to handle everything by yourself, you do not know everything, y'all. You do not. And this is coming from somebody who thought they knew everything. I thought I knew exactly what I had to do, until it came to a time where it was people who maybe weren't as qualified as me getting internships. I didn't even know about the internships. People that I felt like I were more qualified than, getting jobs in this area, getting accepted into different things. So it's like, if you never get out of your own bubble, you will never be able to see yourself in that, living in that potential that you put on yourself. So I don't know who that's for. I don't know, if you guys struggle with that like me, but I have a lot of social anxiety, or I used to, and I'm really like getting out of it. And I'm so happy that I am, because I'm getting more comfortable with just being myself. But my social anxiety will kind of have me not being mean, but coming off as mean, because I'm just like, I want to say something, but I don't want to say too much, or I want to go here, but I don't want to go by myself. And if I go by myself, I'm gonna just be to myself, like, so we got to get out of that, because once you realize that that is probably the only thing holding you back from you and your dream, or you and what God has for you, you're gonna be mad that you held yourself up. Nobody else is to blame but you. Now, getting back into what I was telling y'all, my dad had gave me advice on. I'm gonna give you guys a quick story time and then help y'all understand, so y'all can understand the advice that he gave. So it was a point, I've been talking about this a lot, because this feels like, it don't feel like it just happened, but it was something major that took a really, really big toll on me. But so I definitely was in like a downward spiral. Now, the advice that my dad gave me was to use this moment as an opportunity for professional development. First advice that he gave me was to take out all emotions. Nothing is personal. And we know that, y'all. We hear that all the time. It's just hard. It's really hard. But please take out the emotions, right? Because I felt the way I felt because of what I believed. And so did that other person that I feel like belittled me, that I feel like went and told on me or wants me to lose my job. She felt how she felt for a reason. And not to give you guys the whole long story of what happened, but I simply was just asking for us to kind of collaborate with helping a student. But she thought that I was saying she needs to check in with me first before talking to my student. And that's not what I was saying. But the way I felt was, for the student's best interest, me and you should both be on one accord. To her, it was like, I know how to do my job, so don't tell me how to do my job. And, my dad kind of made it clear, like, you never know what that person is going through. Maybe somebody tried to come for her before, or maybe something going on right now, and maybe she, she's going through something right now. She's questioning herself. So now she took what you said as you questioning her. And if it's obvious that you weren't, that may be the reason why she thought that you was, because she is. So, it's always another side to the story. So it's just like, you have to be okay. And you have to understand that in the work field, especially, nothing is personal. It may feel personal, it may feel like an attack, but anytime somebody's attacking you, it is because they're attacking themselves. Now, the next tip that he gave me was to simply just talk to my supervisor. And that's it. That's what I did. I went ahead and scheduled a meeting with my supervisor so that we could talk. It was very important that we are not telling on other people, but we are talking. It was like, the difference is, don't go in there trying to tell them what you did, what you didn't do wrong, and all this other stuff. I didn't do nothing. They did it. That don't matter. So when we go and talk to our supervisors, or we go talk to our boss, or just anybody in the hierarchy of our position, we should talk to them about our goals in life and outside of the company we're working at. So I'm an academic advisor. My goal for my position is to build a connection with the students, to help them stay on track. Y'all heard this up before, to make sure they're comfortable and they're successful while they're here, making sure that they have access to all the resources that they need, and just be that extra support in their support system. That is my goal in my position. Now, I do also have goals outside of this, which I use to fuel my position. I have goals and just want to help people in general. I'm a mental health advocate. I am big on self-advocating. I'm big on a lot of things, and I use that, and I have like more of a connection, I feel like, with the students, with me being a recent grad, and I have more empathy for them. So I kind of take that feeling that I have and I kind of put it as fuel to my job as well. So talk with your supervisor as well about the roles and what you wish to fulfill, or how you wish to fulfill them, your 2-month plan to your 2-year plan to your 20-year plan. Let them know what your intentions are. Another thing to talk with your supervisor about would be your strengths and what you're comfortable with in your position. Tell them, like, yes, I feel like I'm excelling here in this area, but in some other areas I'm not too confident in. Do you have any pointers? This shows your supervisor that you have an intention of being the best version of yourself in their position. This shows your supervisor or boss or whomever that you are taking your role seriously and that you want to be an asset to that company. Now, when you do both of these things, this gives that kind of like light switch effect to your boss, supervisor, coworker, or whatever, whoever. It gives a light switch for them to think about you. Oh yeah, I just had a meeting with so and so, and she talked about this. She talked about wanting to do this. So when this opportunity comes up, I'll be able to point them to her. I'll be able to give her that information so she can do what she wants with it because she talked to me about it. So that way, now you're put in a loop. That's how you get that information about some things that may not be offered to everybody at your job, but the people above you have a little more, they have more connections. They have more people that they've networked with. They have more contacts. They have all of that stuff. Next tip for professional development that I would say is very, very crucial in any company at any point in your life is to be able to teach and learn. Okay, you have to be a team player. It's not about you. Okay, and with that comes being able to be accountable for your wrongdoings. Even if it was a mistake, even if you weren't informed on what was right, you have to be able to be real and be like, yo, you got a point, or that may work. That can work. Or you know what, that was a better way to go. I should have did that instead. Or now that the situation is over and I'm out of the heat of the moment, I see where that could have been handled differently. Or I see where you were coming from. Or I was wrong on how I reacted. Being able to show accountability is a huge, huge, huge responsibility. But it is very much needed in any role you're in. You are never always right. And just because you're not wrong, don't mean you're right. Let that marinate. And like they say, 2 wrongs don't make a right. So like say, I always go to violence. I don't know why, but say somebody like jump in my face, right? And I smack them, but I'm at work. You know, like I wouldn't be wrong for smacking them. Like, bro was in my face. Like he jumped in my face. So I smacked him. But no, baby, you at work. This ain't the time for that. If he would have did this, you would have been there. So it'd be like, you know what? I go home because you're right. That was wrong. I should have did something else. So being able to take accountability and knowing like, yo, okay, I could have responded differently. It's just like knowing there was a better option and acknowledging the fact that there was a better option will take you a long way with your company, with your organization, with your schooling, all of that. And just in life, honestly. Having an open mind, being teachable. So that kind of goes into what I just spoke about. Just trying to see a different route. There's more than one way to skin a cat. There's more than one way to get to the number 5. You can add 2 and 3. You can add 4 and 1. You can subtract 6 and 1. Like you can get to 5 a lot of different ways. So if you feel like you the only route, you the only integers that can get to 5, baby, it's not you. Now you also have intentions for not only you to grow, but for the company to grow. It, like I said earlier, it is not about you. This is not the Armani show. This whatever show. It ain't your show, baby. So if the company feel like you could thrive on your own, they might let you go. You doing so good. Go ahead. Since you don't need nobody. But you have to learn how to work in a team, and you have to learn being able to teach somebody what you know is very, very important to just being an asset to the position, and it's a great part of professional development. Don't gatekeep the information. Like, Be a team player is not only about you. How is this information that you obtain going to benefit your company? And you never know what you bring in this information and these new techniques and these new ideas and these new graphics or in these new whatever new additions to your team, how that's going to benefit them, and you're going to get your accolades. Don't worry about it, but it's never just for you. It's never just for your accolades. It's so people can see how God is moving through you. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and move into our biblical backup, which is the last segment for today. I really wanted to go out of Corinthians again. I think it's 2 Corinthians. Where might be first? Where they were talking about wake up every day and like you're doing things for the Lord and not for man, because that really shows you and helps you understand that you should not expect accolades. You should not expect, because if you're sitting there expecting for people to, oh, you did so good, or oh, I'm so glad you did this and I'm so glad you did that, and say you do a great thing and you don't get your accolades, and you don't get your rewards, and you don't get your acknowledgement, now you're going to feel like I should have never did it. You're going to hate it. You're going to be mad and be upset, but that was God working through you. It should never be for man. It should always be for God. That way you are never feeling unsatisfied. You are not looking for validation. But I've used that one already in the podcast before, so we're not going to use that one. So today instead, we are going to be out of Proverbs 1. We're going to be in verse 5 through 7. So that says, let a wise person listen and increase learning. Let a discerning person obtain guidance. For understanding a proverb or a parable, the words of the wise and their riddles. The fear of the Lord is what is the beginning of knowledge. Fools despise wisdom and discipline. So this means a lot of things to me. I just want to emphasize that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge. When you are living for God, you literally, your whole mental state, your whole cognitive programming is switched and altered to how you see life. And that is going to be foreign to a lot of people. As long as we're getting God's will done, we are showing love and grace. We're going to have a beautiful transition as we grow professionally and as we develop professionally. As in the beginning, it says, let a wise person listen. I feel like you can't learn anything when you're talking, when you think you know it all. Be open to development. Be open to new things. When I'm here at this conference, it was people talking about stuff that I didn't think I would be interested in until like 10, 15 minutes in. And I was like, wow, they taught me something. I'm happy I kept listening. I didn't get distracted. I didn't get sidetracked. I didn't get bored of it. I made a conscious decision to engage my attention with that person teaching, because they have this platform for a reason, right? Now, some people do have a platform and we don't know how I got there. That's where your discernment come in, and that's when all that stuff happen. But yeah, y'all just be willing to learn and be willing to grow and develop your professionalism, because that's a crucial part to being successful as a young adult. All right, y'all. So I really hope you guys took something from today's episode. I really enjoyed giving it. And like I said, I'm just so grateful and thankful and blessed to be able to do my podcast in a whole another state. A podcast on professional development while I'm in the midst of professional development. It's like beautiful to me. So I'm very, very excited. I'm very happy. And just let me know how you guys like this episode in the comments, please. I would love to hear some feedback from y'all. Please drop y'all mental health checks. Make sure you guys like, comment, and share. Share this with somebody who you think needs to hear it, and just get some motivation, because this is something that we all can do. We can all travel for work. We can all travel on business occasions and still have a ball, because when I drop this vlog, because we're having a ball tonight. Just so you know. We're here for business. We're here to get it done. But immediately after, it's the party. Miss Graham has clocked out. It is our money. Our money. But nah. Thank y'all for tuning in, y'all. I love y'all so much. Bye.